Bro, I have never been more excited for my girl to have another man's meat in her mouth. It was that delicious.
What the hell are you reading,
No,
bro?
I'm just reading a text message I got.
Who sent you this text?
Roll, you want to comment?
Yo, that was the best way that I could tell you that the brisket was delicious.
Oh man, yeah, dude. When I saw that text, I was like, "Oh no, that's gonna get read on the podcast right there." That's amazing,
That
man.
might be the best compliment I've ever heard on a brisket.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I wrote it. Then I read it after I had sent it like 30 minutes later, and I
You're
was
like,
like,
"Damn."
I hope you didn't take that weird.
I
You didn't
just-
comment
No,
back.
How would one take that weird? I don't know what you
I don't
mean.
know.
It's weird
No.
because I got the same text from him and I didn't make him a brisket. So
Yeah, Oh man, oh dude,
this is the big one. This is episode 300.
300's in the books.
Who would
Let's
have thought we're
go,
still
man.
here acting like idiots
Yeah.
for the listeners?
Yeah.
It's just the two of us tonight.
We're down one guy. We're down a guy.
Wow, on 300. What are you doing,
James Bryone Moore. Social Security number 632. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
555.
Yeah. No, listen, we're definitely missing James tonight. So he's got other things to do, which we definitely appreciate. And yeah, we wish him what do you go?
Get your ass back next week.
Come
That's all I
on,
can say.
man.
What
Let's
are you
go.
doing?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Folks in the comment section already, congrats on 300. Love it. Pit Life Barbecue. Johnny Maggs, our man. If you guys haven't checked out the Pit Life Barbecue podcast, you are missing out. Go check him out. Yeah, it's a good timing. You should go check him out for sure. So
Yeah, 100%.
we got a lot of stuff planned for tonight.
We've got a great episode we put together for you guys. We spent countless hours putting this together.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say countless, it's probably because you can't count the hour. But no, we really put a lot of hard work into this. We definitely want to say thank you so much for the feedback. When we put something out last night, John was under the assumption that it's like, hey man, it's last night. It's like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And it's like, it's just too late. We shouldn't put anything out right now. We're not going to get any feedback. And as soon as we put it out there, we literally started getting just feedback on it. So
I have 4 pages of messages that we got from people.
Yep.
To clarify, we are talking about competition barbecue, and we're going to give some tips for the newbies, for the folks that are new into competition barbecue or haven't tried it yet, or maybe they've just done a couple. And we're like, hey, what are some tips that we need to give these people? We posted that. Like you said, James was like, oh, you should put something out there on social. I was like, nobody's going to respond this late. Like, we might get 1 or 2. We got lots.
We got plethora.
Yeah. And from some badasses in competition barbecue. So
that's right.
I'm excited to get through some of this.
So again, and this is more like, it's a newbie, but it's more of like how to get ready for your first competition. Right. And that's something that, like, if you had to go back in time and tell yourself, do this for your first competition, what would you tell yourself? So I hope you enjoy the show. Sit back, relax, and remember, this is a barbecue and beer podcast. Cheers, my friend.
100%. Hey, if you guys are cracking a cold one or pouring something special, let us know what it is. We want to know. We want to share that moment with you. There's a lot of stuff going on in Texas right now.
There is.
It's scary. It's sad. We're going to touch on it a little bit before we dive too far into the party that is competition barbecue.
Yep, 100%.
And obviously, we're talking about the stuff going on in Central Texas, Kerrville. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the flooding. This is hit Texas. This hit all of the United States, and when it hits Texas, it hits the world. This is something that it hits all of us, and it's dear to our hearts. So this is something I personally invested into. John, I know you're personally investing into this as well, and not only that, but also your time. Yeah, I mean, I think you just joined Operation Barbecue.
Signed up.
OBR, Operation Barbecue Relief, which is a great organization that gets out when there's something going on in the nation, and they show up and they feed first responders. They feed people that are like, hey, they've lost everything, right? And it's like, well, I'm not sure where to go. We don't have power. The city didn't have power. Whatever it is, Operation Barbecue's there. So it's a great organization. We've been involved with the folks for a few years now, but it's tremendous that John is like, you know what, I've got to do more. So
we got it. I'm trying to get Jan to
I'm
go with me.
I'm
We need
definitely
to-
going. Yeah, I'm 100%. I've looked at this. I've talked to Amy. I was like, I've already talked to the work. I was like, listen, I was like, this is something I've done, or this is something I'm doing. And listen, if something comes up, just know that be flexible when you can, and definitely appreciate it. So,
Yep. And if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, I mean, I guess you haven't been watching the news or whatever, but we've got a ton of rain. Basically, they got 12 inches of rain in a matter of 45 minutes, which led to the river down there raising 25, 27 feet in a matter of hours. And it all happened in the middle of the night, hit hard. A lot of folks have already lost their lives. A lot of people are still being looked for.
Yep. And just think about the rainfall itself. The rainfall is equivalent to what it would be Niagara Falls flowing for 24 hours or more, right? So that's a lot of water being dumped in that period. So this is something that's doesn't happen that often. I know that if you look at the cycle, excuse me, but if you look at the cycle, this is a natural phenomenon that has happened, but never to this extent. So I just want to preface it with that.
And I know there's not a silver lining to this, but if there were, it would be the fact that folks are coming together and doing what Texans do, doing what Americans, even I think there's actually some teams coming up from Mexico, just trying to help out, trying to find people, serve people, give back, just trying to help, honestly. And actually, I'm going to do this a little bit early. We're going to dive into the hot off the grill barbecue news. And that's just because all we're going to talk about in the barbecue news tonight is is what we're talking about right now. And I'm going to just let you guys know some ways that you can, if you do want to help out, there's a lot of ways to do that, and a lot more than what I even have here on this paper. But obviously, we just mentioned barbecue, Operation Barbecue Relief. They're going to be out there. And I know the folks that are in the thick of this right now are not going to be, obviously, they're not watching this, but they might not be looking at social media. They might not be doing any of that stuff. But for the folks that know folks out there, they might be able to pass this along. Operation Barbecue Relief is out there serving food to people. And they have a couple locations. There's a Walmart in Kerrville, and there's the Gibson Discount Center. And the folks that are out there, they're going to know where this is. It's in Kerrville as well. And they're out there serving food. So maybe just pass that along to them so they can go out there and get a hot plate.
Yeah. You've also got Rich O'Toole, Texas Country Music Concert Fundraiser. First night, they raised over $25,000, and they're donating to this event. Personally, me and my family, which we reached out to John and Denny, and they have friends in the area, which was the City West Church,
Right.
which is something that we went online, purchased a bunch of goods and sent that care packages out, and then we did a monetary donation as well. But yeah, and then you got the Comfort Texas Fire Department with Alfregoni, and he is out there. He lives in the area. He's not too far away. I think he's in Hondo.
He's in Comfort,
Comfort,
Texas.
That's right.
And yeah, he posted something about this too, and they're doing the same thing. They have where you can just donate cash, or you can do they have an Amazon wish list. So anything you purchase on that list will just go straight to that fire department. And just so we don't have to post a bunch of stuff right here, I actually I took down all of our personal links and sponsor links on our Instagram page, and you can go to our Instagram, and there'll be links for all of these different ways that you can help out.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's huge. It's what I was just saying. It's everybody trying to help, basically.
Yeah, there it is.
So, anyways, that's all I've got for the hot off the grill barbecue news. I don't know. Do your part, I guess. Yeah.
If you can.
If you can, right.
If you can,
obviously.
right?
If you can't, then just
pray.
Bend a knee.
Yeah, that's it.
I did not want to start with a downer on this show, but that's real world stuff right there.
No, it is. It's not a downer. This is real life, and we definitely appreciate the thoughts and prayers for this. This is something that anytime and it's with barbecue or anything else, like it's a need to serve, and I think that's what barbecue really is. So this is very fitting for us, and I don't think it's a downer. I think it's more of like, hey, let's lift people up. Let's make people better. Let's do what we can do. So, and it's already happening. Texans are tremendous about doing this. And That's why it's the greatest state in the world.
Okay.
So there it is.
Oh, I ain't gonna argue. I'm just gonna say real quick, today's episode is brought to you by Chicks That Smoke. Spicy barbecue seasoning, our favorite versatile seasoning, elevates any dish from smoked meats, roasted veggies, even popcorn. Whether you're grilling, smoking, or cooking in the kitchen, Chicks That Smoke will kick up the flavor. Chicks That Smoke spicy barbecue seasoning, available at SUCKLEBUSTERS.com or through the link in the episode description.
Chicks That Smoke, guys. Chicks That Smoke. When we first started that, not we, John's lovely wife started Chicks That Smoke. She had brought it up, and I was like, cigarettes? Like, are you like Chicks That Smoke cigarettes? Like, how is this gonna whatever? But no, I just kind of played around with it a little bit.
You type that in on the old Firefox or something, you get some weird web pages popping up. You gotta be careful. Be careful.
Do not type in www.chicksthatsmoke. I'm not sure what's coming out of that. So yeah, just don't do it. Yeah. Stay away. Not at work, anyways.
Just click the link in the bio.
It's not safe for work. So not safe for work.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, John, I hope that you're able to control yourself today a little bit. And I don't know if you can. Because every time you take a handful of these things, and you get these big mitts, and you can just hear the crunching.
ASMR. People tune in for that stuff.
But it's the smokehouse crackers, dude. They're phenomenal, and we're lucky enough to be partnered with these guys. We're going to do a giveaway, and I'm not sure how we're going to put this together yet, but we're going to do a giveaway, and we're going to do a care package of smokehouse crackers out, so you can taste what we're tasting here. They're phenomenal, bold flavors, serious crunch, and officially approved by us, the guys at Grabbing the Brisket, and they are amazing. Like these really remind me of the firecrackers that we made, and I'm sure it's the same thing. That's how they got this together, right? It was a, hey, we could turn this into a business, and it's something that's been out for a while or a long time or whatever else. I mean, I know my parents made firecrackers. It's not like it's a thing, but it is a thing when they take it to the next level. I mean, you've got the oyster crackers, you've got the actual normal saltine size crackers, whatever else. But the flavors that they have are crazy good. And I've not had a bad snack. I'm just gonna tell you right now, not had a bad snack.
No.
So
I've been snacking on them pretty much every day. I do have a little story about this. Can I share this little? Yeah. This is most of y'all know I'm a flight attendant. I was on a flight the other day.
I mean, you said stewardess, or
I'm a stewardess. That's right.
Okay.
Short skirt. Talking to a coworker on the plane, and of course, barbecue comes up because I'm having a conversation with somebody. So I showed her our Instagram feed or whatever, and she's scrolling through and whatever, and she sees one of the videos we have for smokehouse crackers. She didn't say nothing at first, and then all of a sudden she started laughing. I was like, "What is so funny?" She goes, "Man, I thought that this was the name of y'all's podcast, the Smokehouse Crackers."
Right.
Because we're a bunch of white guys. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And
hey, dude, listen, it's not a bad team
I was
name.
going to say we should maybe save that.
That's not a bad team name. If you're out there trying to figure out like what is going to be your next team name, you better jump on it quick, and you better start doing some content or are cooking some competitions to make this official.
100%. Yes. I was dying. I was,
oh man,
nobody's getting a refill. I'm just laughing.
Right.
It was so good.
That's so good. I love that. Yeah. So like we alluded to earlier, we do have a great episode for you guys. And this is something that we've been talking about for a while was how do we, like, if we were going to start over, if there's something that we had never done before, how do we approach a competition, and what could we use now and say, hey, by the way, don't forget this. This is an essential item. You've never thought about this for 2 years in your competition, and your barbecue game has suffered from it, or whatever, right? So we have a list of a lot of different categories that we're going to go through tonight, and talk about the things that if you're new to trying to go to a competition, like here's your essential things that you have to put together. And it's not because like, yeah, you could do it with less. No, nobody says you have to have every single thing on this list. However, it makes life so much easier. Take it from a guy that's been doing this 20 years of competition barbecue. John, I think probably
pushing
10 years in competition barbecue. And then not only that, but it elevates the game even in the backyard. So
We got some pro tips from some real pros.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And this was what we got lucky with. I'm just going to tell you right now. We definitely got lucky with guys chiming in. And I think that's why people started chiming in, because it is something that resonates with people saying, damn, you're right. Like, if I could go back, like, and say, hey, don't grab 2 of these. Make sure you have an abundance of this. Make sure you're thinking about whatever. Make sure you practice whatever. Right. So we're going to get into this tonight.
Yes. Before we dive head
yeah.
first into that, I want to, again, I'm going out of order here. I'm going to do our barbecue win / barbecue fail, just because I got a good one here, but it's really long to read. And I know if I wait till the end, I will not be able to read this as well.
Well, plus the Coors Lights hit.
It's exactly what I'm talking about.
It's like,
yes. You don't even have to spell it out. I think they were reading between the lines.
Before you do it, can you do it with an accent?
Nope. I feel like I'll probably get canceled. I don't know what kind of accent you were looking for, but
like Hispanic, English.
Nope, I'm not gonna do it. English, I can do English.
Can you do English?
Yeah. You mean like from England English? Then no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I can't do that. You could do it. You want to do it?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Do you want to read it though, or do you want me to read it?
I got it. I got it. Yeah. So this is our barbecue fail or win, and we don't have anything. We don't have anything that goes with that. We probably need to bring something up.
Get something. Yeah.
You win. You fail. Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. But this is from.
Cut it and save it, Raul.
Hey, this is from Todd Kurn. Picanha is one of my favorite cuts of beef, and I've cooked over a number of them. Right. I normally cook them whole using reverse sear method rather than slicing into steaks and slicing the steaks or spinning pieces. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm going to read the
spinning pieces on a rotisserie.
On a rotisserie over a direct flame. Many of us cook larger pieces of beef using sous vide in order to get the meat more tender. So one time I thought, why not do the same with picanha? So I seasoned one up, vacuum sealed it, dropped into the hot water bath for maybe 24 hours. Anyone using sous vide knows that beef and fat don't look at all appetizing after the cook, and it needs to be seared. So off to the big green egg I went. I get the coals nice and hot. I get the coal. I can't read this.
I'll read it. Okay,
I get this. I get the coals nice and hot, and and she's ready to go. Time to sear the picanha. Get ready, because as soon as the partially cooked fat cap started to dripping, or maybe I can't read this.
Let me take.
I don't like the way this goes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to read.
Well, you didn't read it ahead of time. That's probably the problem. I actually read this ahead of time, so I know a little bit more about it. Not your fault. I just gave you the paper. Get ready, because as soon as the partially cooked fat cap started dripping, or maybe a better term is oozing those drippings, hitting the piping hot coals, a fire started raging. Flames shot up from inside my green egg, but not just from under the meat. The whole base filled with a large fireball. Flames were probably 3 feet or so above my cooking grates. Flames also shot out of the air intake at the base of the dome. It was a full 5-alarm fire, and I freaked out a bit because I'm cooking outside under a covered and elevated wooden deck, and I'm fearful that I'm going to be one of those dumbasses who burned down the house because they were cooking on a deck. The only thing I could do was close the lid, the damper on the dome, and the air intake at the base. There were still some flame remnants leaking out for a few moments, which eventually turned into smoke. A lot of it.
Yeah.
Disaster avoided, but I still had to be careful when I opened the lid on the meat, because the flames kicked up again, but to something a little more normal, because the fat cap crisped up and the surface was no longer oozing like a firehouse onto the coals. Fortunately, the picanha wasn't ruined and ate well, but I definitely learned what not to do when cooking picanha.
I don't like this is definitely a barbecue win.
Is it a win?
Yeah, it's definitely a barbecue win.
It's a win because he didn't burn his house down?
Well, yeah, because he saved the house and he saved the picanha, right? But I don't know if like, obviously coming out of the bag, right? It's been holding that grease. It's been rendered down, but it's super soft. Like that's we've had these flare ups before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what he's saying right here, he had a torch
Yeah, well, when you're on
shooting
the
out of this
egg,
thing, right?
you're direct heat. I mean, and if you ain't got one of them little baffles in there, what else
Yeah,
is going
right.
to happen?
No, I know, right? This thing's shooting up. I mean, but I'm thinking like how hot was this egg?
It was real hot by the time he's done with it.
I think there's a baffle down below. I think there's a hot plate down below. The coals are below it. I think
you
right.
can run with or without the baffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he was probably running
without
the baffle.
Yeah.
And this is not just some chump. This Todd Kurn,
No, I know.
He's got multiple walks
Yeah.
at Memphis in May. He's
amazing cook.
He's a badass cook.
Yeah.
So
amazing cook.
I really appreciate him sharing it, actually.
So, I mean, like, at least he had the wherewithal to turn around and close the grate, right?
Right.
Or close the dome on this, because that's exactly what happens, right? And people that freak out, they turn around and say, well, shit, I've got to run. I can't. Oh, it's it's on fire. Let me get a fire extinguisher, right? And it's like the pit is built to have fire in it. So don't use the fire extinguisher. So check mark there. I mean, he closed it down. He managed it. And he snuffed it. That picanha fat on the backside, it has that fat, that really just thick fat on the backside. I'm assuming that, yeah, he's right. It crispened up, sealed, and allowed for this thing to cook through. And the sear was probably a couple of minutes on each side. It probably doesn't take much.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're running like 1800 degrees, right? I mean, Todd, hey, 1800 degrees on the big green egg here.
Just keep flipping.
Yeah, right. Jess Prowse method. No, man, that is that's thank you for sharing, because this is something we've all ran into, and we kind of joke around a little bit, but this is something that people learn from. When you're putting a really fatty piece of meat on something that hot, especially when it's been rendering and sous vide for that long, it's ready to go, right? And it's still holding everything in there. I mean, that's tremendous, because a lot of people, and probably because he is way more experienced into it, he knew exactly what to do to save that meat. But
house.
If it was somebody else,
me,
I don't know. I think I think it's a hockey puck in about 6 seconds.
No, I would have kicked the grill over.
Right. I was going, hey, so I set my house on fire. What should I do?
Yeah.
Is
also,
that a win?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, that's amazing, man.
But he did. He's a winner.
You're a winner. Hey, guess what, man? Hey, you know what winners get? You know what winners get, John?
I do know what they get.
They get some SUCKLEBUSTERS. Everybody wants some SUCKLEBUSTERS. Let's go, man. So listen, go online. You've heard the routine. You've heard the thing. But go online, pick out the bottle of SUCKLEBUSTERS you want, because they've got about 100 of them, and they're amazing. Pick one out. Let us know which one it is, and we'll have it sent to you. We appreciate you showing the barbecue wins, the barbecue fails, because this is how we all learn. This is how somebody trying to get into barbecue learns, saying, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. I don't have to overreact. Don't grab the baking soda. You don't need it. Just close the lid. Let the lid do what it does. It will snuff the fire. It will put it out. And yeah, it's going to billow smoke. And as soon as the smoke starts to kind of lower a little bit, once that fire comes down, you can open it back up, remove the piece of meat, and then obviously hope you don't have a hockey puck. So
right, yeah. Rob Dobbs says surprised it didn't crack, and that's actually true, because I know if you get them eggs hot enough, they will crack.
They will crack 100%. Yeah.
I guess you got lucky. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, sorry I couldn't read that. I don't mind the way you write. But
I thought it was good.
He wrote it really well. It's just, it's not the way like I wanted to read it. Like I wanted to skip like 4 words and get the gist. And I should have read this first, but
we should have sent it into Chat GPT and told them to just make it more concise for us.
Summarize.
Yeah. I almost set my house on fire, but I didn't.
The end. Did I win? Yeah, right.
Yes, you did.
I love it.
Okay.
That's great.
Speaking of winners, we've got a new beer to try for the Grab and the Brisket
Beer review.
And
Let's go.
This is from something that I think most of America can probably get their hands on. This is from BJ's Brewery. And we actually went there tonight before we came here. So if we seemed a little loosened up.
It's also why I couldn't read it. So yeah, I mean, what was the nutty, what was it called?
Nutty Burnett.
The Nutty Burnett. Man, that's a really good beer.
Mm-hmm.
The Nutty Burnett. I know what the ABV on that was, but now I'm starting to think it was a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of snake bites, which if you guys don't know what that is, try one. They're really good. I like them.
Yeah.
They're
So
real easy to drink.
I got introduced to those about probably 15 years ago, just in my world travels, and Guinness. So you would pour like a cider down in your mug or in your glass, and then you'll tilt it and you'll slowly pour a Guinness on top. It's almost like a black and tan, but the cider, just really reacts to that Guinness, and it's a little more sweeter. It's a little more. I mean, it's refreshing for one.
It's
what it is.
creamy, and that again, it cuts from the super sweetness, the tartness of the apple. It's really good.
So so like my go-to, and I told John this, I was like, take one big drink. That way your first drink is just nothing but Guinness, right? You're not really getting the cider down below. So take one big drink and then spin that glass, and mix that entire drink, and then just take a big drink after that. It's two different flavors you're getting. One is definitely that's where the creaminess comes from, is from the Guinness. But when it mixes with that cider, it just foams, right? It just adds a little more. It's a little more decadent, I think. And it's definitely almost like a dessert beer, I guess you would say, or it's not that sweet, but it's just enough to go.
It's perfect. Really.
I could just drink the shit out of this.
I wish you would have told me about your method of taking a big gulp of the Guinness first and then stirring it, because I didn't do that with the first one.
Yeah.
So I had to do that I had to order another one, basically.
You got
I felt obligated at that point. So delicious, honestly. Yeah. Okay, but the beer we have for tonight is, like we said, it's from BJ's, and this is their Jeremiah Red. This is an Irish style ale. Cool looking little can there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks good. What's the ABV on this?
7.3.
Okay, great. Okay. We're screwed.
That's right in the hot zone.
Yeah. This is like our Christmas beer. 7.3. Jesus. Okay, let's go.
This is actually delicious. But we're not going to get too deep into that. We're gonna circle back to that. Is that okay?
Yeah, we're not going to score this yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay tuned for the score. Not happening yet.
Stay tuned for the score. We're going to dive into some barbecue talk. We have a mail call. You want to do a mail call first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we got a mail call, and this is from Bryone Asberry, and he is at DFW Whiskey Hunters. And I met this man on the last cruise I went on. I went on a cruise, just me and my son. So I didn't really have, I didn't have a lot to do. I didn't have a lot of people to talk to because my son was running around with his friend the whole time. So I met this dude, super nice guy.
It's weird. Like, I met a guy.
I did. I met a guy. Really nice.
He was nice to me.
He's handsome. No, I'm just kidding.
He was really nice to me, treated me really well.
He sent me drinks. So
there it is.
He sent us these. He's obviously he's into the bourbons and the whiskeys the way we are into barbecue.
Okay.
He showed me some pictures on his social medias and whatnot. He's got like hundreds of bottles of bourbon and whiskey.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. And it's not one of the guys that just collects them. Like, he's like, nah, when we get it, we open it and we drink it.
There it is.
That's what I like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I know nothing about this kind of stuff. Maybe you know more.
So this is the Old Fitz. It's a 7-year aged. You get a bullet bourbon, which is the 100 proof. We've all had the bullet. So he sent you samples of the bourbons.
This is like a thing, because I follow some guys on the bourbons
at his house,
on whatever.
Right?
Yeah. He basically poured us some little samples and sent them to us.
Yeah.
They're out of the packages now, but he had them packaged up very, very well.
Yeah, because he made these little samples for us, right?
100%.
Whatever. So this is the Old Fitz, 7-year aged. What do you have over there?
I've got the Bardstown Wheated 106 proof.
Okay.
You can see these little bottles. They look like little glass shampoo bottles. You get it like.
Do you think it's where it came from?
Yeah, probably.
He's like, I'm at hotels all the time.
Yeah,
so
I at the Holiday Inn. So, and then the Wild Turkey 70th. This is an 8-year, 101 proof. Whatever. Like I said, I literally know nothing about this stuff. We're not going to drink it tonight because we're already pretty well lubricated, but we are going to drink this, and we will make some video content. So if you're not following us on the social medias, you're going to want to see that. So
I'm just going to, it's my observation here. Okay. Mm-hmm. You want to grab one of those bottles there and put it up. Which one is that?
This is the Bullet Bourbon 100 proof.
Okay, now put it next to this bottle.
Oh, that one must be in a more expensive bottle.
I think this is a way more expensive bottle because he's like, look, You get the little tyke for this.
What's that one?
This is called the Old Fitz.
Okay, I'll have that one.
Yeah, right. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, but hey, we'll have some video content of me and Jan.
Just
doing that.
drinking
Yeah,
more.
I was texting him. I said, "What do? I just mix this with Coke?" Or
Yeah, right.
yeah, it took him a minute to respond. I was like, "I'm just kidding, man."
He hit like heartburn.
Yeah.
Everything set in.
He was like, "Never mind, send it back."
Yeah. Right. No, we're not doing that. And we like whiskey, so or bourbons. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Brian, and I sent him one of our Grabbing a Brisket t-shirts, and I've got some rubs and seasonings, whatnot, and I'm heading out to his house as well. So we appreciate it. He was super nice.
You're
guy.
going to his house?
No, I'm sending to his house.
Okay.
I already sent the shirt.
Damn, what kind of cruise was this?
Yeah, it was,
I had questions too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's hear him, Raul.
You said you were going to his house.
Yeah,
no, I was sending out to his house.
You said I'm headed out to his house.
That's what he said.
Okay,
That's what
you
he
know
said.
what? Forget it.
I heard that too, Ro.
You know
That's
what?
why I asked.
The truth comes out.
Hey,
Just like that, you're not invited.
right. I don't know if I want to be invited. I don't know what's happening. Here.
Liar.
Yeah.
Not sure what kind of cruise this was.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay. Well. Okay. I don't like either one of you.
Oh my God, this Jeremiah red. This I like the Irish reds, the Irish style ales. They're really good.
Super good.
They're really
lots
good.
of flavor without being.
I cannot wait to score this. That's all I'm going to say. Can't do it. I can't talk about it right now.
Don't do it. Don't talk about it.
Can't talk about it right now.
Let's talk about barbecue.
Let's go.
Okay. You're going to do your very first competition barbecue. What is the first thing you should be thinking about, Jan?
I mean, like, is the cooler full? Okay. Do we have plenty of alcohol?
Cut his mic.
No. So listen, these are the things that I thought about when I got into barbecue. You know, it was okay. Go buy the proteins, and then let's make sure that I've got a cooler full of beer, and we're gonna party. Right. That was me getting into barbecue and doing the cook-offs in this area and whatever else, because my buddies, you're surrounded by the people that, you cook with and whatever else. And I looked around and my buddies it was a full-on rager. It was like, how many people can we get to go to our group or our team? And, it's all about the alcohol, and we're going to cook some meat, and we're going to get mad when we don't win, but we're not going to put it all in there. Right. So yeah, these are the things that I've just got through talking about are what you should not be looking forward to. It's how to get prepared. And these are things that I wish somebody would have because I'm super competitive, would pull me aside and say, hey, listen, do you want to win? This is what you need to do. Right. And yeah, we've got the competition barbecue 101 newbie survival guide. And so at the end of this, we're going to post this entire survival guide, and we're going to probably add a few things to it. And then we want to hear from you guys in the chat. If you got things that we're missing on or whatever else, let us know, and let's get it added. So
absolutely, would love the feedback from the live listeners. I got a couple here. Like I said, we got literally 4 pages worth of comments that people sent in, but a couple here, not necessarily tips, but just something to get us amped up, to get us a little encouragement.
Let's call them out. Let's see who it is.
Vic Mendoza Jr. said, "Have always wanted to give competition barbecue a try. I know it's not the same as regular barbecue, but the experience would be amazing."
There it is.
And then Brandon Roberts came in and said, "Can't wait for this episode. I've only done one competition so far, an embarrassing showing on my part. Looking forward to do several more over the next few months. So I'll take all the tips I can get." And I'm hoping we can help these folks.
Yeah, we need it. We listen, we all need to help these folks.
Hey, you got Brandon Roberts in the chat. He said, got off of work early. I get to watch it live.
We just read his.
Love it. Was it?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We just read
we
you, bro.
Literally just
Let's
read
go.
It, Robert. Yeah, there we go. Love it. And he actually did come in with one more. He said, if y'all get a chance on the show, could you touch on preferred cookers for competition these days? Is it a waste of time to bring the offset? Should I just take the drums? What do you think about that?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it right now. No, I don't think it's a waste of time. This is what barbecue is. It's your barbecue, right? So like when you're at home and you're cooking your barbecue, you want to showcase that in the comp trail. Now, the reason why the barrels have become so popular because they're easy to maintain. Like you set the fire and you get to worry about anything else going on. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And I'm all about it.
Guys are winning with it.
Yeah, 100%. Right. I'm not saying the pit is not going to make or break you. I think the time is right. It's a time to spread between certain other proteins. If you're doing the ancillaries, or if you're doing every single thing down the board, maybe you need a little extra time, something you don't have to worry about. Then yes, maybe the drum is for you. However, if you're in there and you're saying, "Look, I'm cooking the major proteins. I'm here to win, and I like the flavor of the offset over a pellet or a drum," then you have to do you, right? And so there's a lot of great cooks, a lot of guys that win big. I think, does Bill Purvis cook on offset?
He might have an offset. I know he runs drums as well. A lot of those guys might have an offset, and
I
then they
know
run
Aaron
multiple
Leslie
drums.
runs a drum, or a drum, and he has the offset going.
Here's the deal: if you are cooking at home and practicing your brisket on an offset, that's what you need to use in the competition.
Plus, if you like the way it tastes, because let me tell you, a drum smoked brisket will not taste the same as an offset smoked. It just doesn't.
Right.
A pellet does not taste the same. So you got to do you, but the idea of this is to run the gauntlet, and we're going to get into this tonight. Run the gauntlet before you go to the competition. You know, this is not like marathon runners just don't wake up one day and go, "I'm going to run a marathon," right? You've got to get in shape, and this is what it takes to get in shape to compete with the guys that are winning week in and week out for these barbecue competitions, whether it's an offset, whether it's a drum, or whether it's a pellet smoker. So
exactly. Here's another one. Go big or go barbecue. Tip: practice at home, fully set up. Don't go inside. Whatever you use that day, that's all you take. Mistake I made.
hold on. So right there, just kill it right there. So I just take that to heart a little bit, because when we're traveling out to these cook-offs, a lot of times we're not traveling 5 miles from our house. Sometimes you're traveling 100, 200, 300 miles away, right? And when you get there, there may not be a local facility to take care of the needs that you forgot, right? So a tip to this is to cook something in your backyard, set up, do a barbecue competition in the backyard, and stage it like you're doing a competition. That means that everything you bring out for that competition, right? You pack your boxes, you pack your coolers, you pack everything up, you bring everything out, and you stage your whole area like you're running a competition. However, and whatever time it is, if it's hey, listen, we're starting at 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. or whatever it is. What is that? So if you're starting at 4 a.m., 4:30, whatever time you're starting at, that's your cutoff time, right? Once you start cooking, once that fire is lit, there's no going back inside to grab it. You go inside your house. Nobody's saying that, but I'm saying you can't bring anything out. And that teaches you all the things that you missed on that cook-off, right? So if that makes sense, it's kind of weird, but like, dang, I didn't bring enough tinfoil, or hey, I only brought 4 pans. I thought it was going to be enough. Hey, you need to bring more than you thought, right? On some of those items, or maybe you don't, but you're not going to know that until you run one of these on a solo event, yeah, on a practice event.
Hey, guys, some of the comments, you got Pit Life that came in and said, put it in the box. He goes, all you can do is cook your best. Once it's in the box, it's out of your hands.
That's it. No, that's
true.
right. It's exactly right. But you got to listen. You got to be true to who you are as a cook, right? It's not about trying to cook the way somebody else cooks. I mean, the barbecue pit's going to do what it does, right? It's going to do its job. And we've talked about this in the past, John, where people try to make a barbecue pit perform like something different than what it is. And so I think that's rule number one, is like, know the way your barbecue pit cooks, and don't try to conform to something different. My barbecue pit cooks like this. That means that I need to be up at a certain time in order for it to perform that way. It's not a drum. It's not a pellet. It's not a 150-gallon smoker. I've got a 65-gallon smoker.
Right.
The 65-gallon smoker or 70-gallon smoker, it cooks different than a 250-gallon smoker.
Yep.
So know your pit and let it cook that way. Don't change, right?
You got Rob Dobb came in and said that he's traveling 7 hours tomorrow. So he's running through the list tonight.
There it is.
Yep.
These are professionals right here. So
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
Love that. Go
These
ahead.
guys are winning on the biggest stage. Go Big or Go Barbecue goes on to say, mistake I made, and I'm sure others have as well, changing recipe on the day of the comp. Cook your cook.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's so many people that go out and go,
cook.
Aaron Leslie's is doing this. I should probably. I should try that.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong. If you want to emulate somebody, he's a good one to emulate. But don't change it the day of the cook.
Yeah, they're all great, but they all got there by doing what they want to do, not by doing what somebody else is doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, nothing wrong with taking a tip or a trick or there's no tricks, but taking a tip from somebody. There's no wrong with getting knowledge from this, but on game day, you're already ready. You can't change what you've been practicing.
Right.
You see that you can't overthink the process, right? Turn in what you know is the best thing you can do. Because what will piss you off more, I'll tell you right now, what pisses you off more is when you take something and you incorporate into your barbecue, and then you get your results and you think, what would have happened had I just did what I wanted to do?
Right. You start questioning, like, why didn't I do what I was supposed to do?
That's it, right? You're like, I took this and I went with it. And this has happened to all of us. And it's like, if you want to incorporate something that somebody gave you a tip on, great. Do it next week on your next practice event that you run, and run it, right? And go, yeah, I really like that. Or you know what? I don't like that. Yeah, it's not working for me. It doesn't work with the other flavor profiles that I'm putting out there. But this happens far too often because barbecue competitors are competitors, but everybody is free to talk about what they're doing. It's not bragging. It's like, dude, like, I'm doing this, and nobody, like, our seasonings are sitting out there for everybody to look at. Like, there's no hiding it. You know, back in the day, I remember guys taking black tape and wrapping black tape around these bottles, going, you can't see what I'm using, or anything else. It's like, Jesus, man, it's fucking.
It's such a small percentage of
that's Tony's, bro. I can see what that is. Right. Like, I don't know why you're gonna wrap. Like, I know what the lid looks like, dude. Right. So it's like, it's just don't try to go that far into it. It ain't that deep, in other words.
Yeah. He does say one little thing here. He says, this is Go Big or Go Barbecue. He says, here's a competition hack. Order your competition box from Mr. Brisket and save time trimming so you can focus on your cook and hanging out with barbecue friends. And basically what he's saying is where he's the head butcher over there at Mr. Brisket, and they'll do your competition trimming for you. So honestly, if you are brand new at this and you want to focus on the cook and not focus on that part of it, you could try. But again, I would maybe recommend trying one of those boxes ahead of time when you're doing your practice runs. But Mr. Brisket is teamed up with the American Royal this year. They're one of the partners. So if you're going out to the Royal, they can hook you up, have your box there with all your meats ready to go when you get there. And then we're actually going to have him on later this summer to talk about a little bit about that. And I'm excited because it sounds like a really cool idea, honestly.
No, it is. And there's some butcher shops around that you can go to and, hey, give me a competition trimmed brisket. Or I've seen the chicken. Hey, give me a half chicken that's been trimmed down, and they'll go through and remove some fat for you, or a thigh. Like, you can order a pack of thighs that have all the fat removed from the skin, right?
Ready to go.
But yeah, that's, and I don't take it away from that, but if you're new to it, I feel like that's probably not the route you want to go. I think you want to take a class from somebody that is really good, and take a specific class. It's not a barbecue class where they're going to run through all the meats or whatever else. Take a specific class to where you're able to go in and you're going to say, we're only doing thighs, and we're going to do our chicken, right? And we're going to do chicken 4 different ways, but it gives you an idea of like what it looks like, and you get your hands into it versus ordering. Now, once you've gone through this, you're like, look, I just don't like to do thighs anymore. Like, I've done this, I can do them, but I want to hire somebody else and I want to go pay for this. Whatever, do whatever. But if you want to be the barbecue pit master, you got to go through the gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little. I feel a little bit different than you on that one. I think a little bit, just because there is so much to learn on your first competition. If you can take one thing off your plate, I don't think it hurts. But you're right. If you want to be the pit master, you do have to know how to do it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it on your first competition. I'm just saying in general, be the guy that knows how to do it. And versus somebody's like, well, I've always buy my, and nothing wrong with buying it, whatever else. I'm just saying, know how to do it. You know,
100%. And this kind of touches on something we just mentioned a minute ago. When you were talking about other folks and what they're using, whatnot. Bad Influence Barbecue said it is okay to ask team questions about anything.
Yep.
Most of them nowadays, like you said, they are open books.
Yeah, they are.
If you have a question about something, they will definitely help you out. Rob Dobbs says, I still take classes. I want to take one this year. We get little tips that help us a ton. That's exactly it. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. You still learn something if you're talking to people that know about barbecue.
Yep. And listen, it's always evolving. And that's why there's always need to take a class, because barbecue is evolving and there's somebody out there that's there was a point where you're on a half chicken that you were removing the kill bone that 5 years before that, nobody even cared about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just a way to keep the thing just a little intact, a little more juicier, like it's not leaking or whatever else. I mean, it's just, it sits a little better. I mean, it's just,
Yep. Rob goes on to say, we've built our own program with all the little tips. Rob, if you want to send me that program, that'd be great. I'd love to share that on the show.
Let's go, Rob. We appreciate you, and we'll expect it by probably 9:30 tonight. So
we'd love to share that in just a minute here.
Thank you, bud.
Let's see, Prairie Barbecue, and he is one of the barbecue badasses up there in Canada. If you haven't tasted top tier competition barbecue, get into the judge seat for a few events, and then don't get too hung up on specific rubs or sauces. Focus on cooking meat consistently until you can achieve tender, juicy results. Everybody's food tastes good. The winners can nail texture consistently. And I will say that that's pretty similar to what Chicken Fried Barbecue said. And he said you need to get in there and judge a contest.
Yeah, I think that's great advice right there. It's and so I don't actually have that in
Prairie Barbecue.
Yeah. So let me say that real quick. I cannot agree with that more. Is that the judging something will give you kind of a flavor profile or what's going on and whatever else. But the biggest thing I take away from that, and it's just for me, and maybe it's because like we all get in our own heads, is that don't get too hung up on the seasonings and the sauces.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that much that separates those two things. I mean, obviously, you want something that's balanced. You want something that the salt balances in. There's a sweetness to, or whatever it is, right? But that's not where you're going to lose at. Where you're going to lose is the consistency of your barbecue, and this is why Chicken Fried is one of the best competitors out there. This is a reason why these guys are winning so much. It's not because they have the best seasoning, and that's the first go-to that everybody goes to. And by the way, I will say, Bill Purvis does have some damn good seasonings.
Yes,
I mean they are phenomenal.
Brisket wraps,
right? Yeah, I know.
Now he's got all this stuff.
They are phenomenal, and he has definitely changed the game in barbecue. But I'm just saying that's not the only thing holding you back. If you can't cook the brisket, and you can't make the brisket come out tender and juicy and the way it should, you can't set that bark. It doesn't matter what the seasoning is, right? And that's where people lose. Like I bought all the right seasonings and I didn't win. You're like, wait a minute, you're missing the point here.
Tastes like leather.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I would say more people lose because their tenderness, their texture is off than anything else. Because everybody's making barbecue that the flavors are right. That tastes pretty good. It's got some sweet. It's got some salt, some spice. It's got all the things, but they're just not winning.
And listen, don't listen to Larry. Don't listen to Wayne. That's 14 beers deep, going, I don't know why he didn't win. That's the best damn brisket I ever had in my life. Right? Listen, he doesn't know. Right? He is so shit-faced that everything tastes good, right? So I mean, like this is why we practice, and I think that's where it starts. It's running a practice competition in the backyard.
100%. Here's another one. Zoinks Barbecue says, Things I wish I could go back and tell myself: be humble, be friendly, go talk to other teams. It's as much a community as a competition, but there are things. But when no, hold on. But there when others need you, they will be there for you. Make mistakes, laugh it off, be consistent, do what you know, or issues will arise. Congratulate the winners personally and ask for tips. Practice those at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. It's bound to happen, but don't be bashful. Go out there and make friends. There's a lot of guys that are new into competition and they think that it's every man for themselves. It's really not. You can go out there. It is a community.
This is a competition that is they're your enemies, and you need to. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that a lot of people think that going into it. I don't want to talk to them. Like they're very closed minded. And it's like the different approach is walking up and introducing yourself, saying, "Hey, man, it's my first time to cook in a competition. We're just trying to do our best here and whatever else." A lot of times, those are the guys that come in and just kill it because they don't know what they don't know. And it's like, I'm my second cook-off. I got first place brisket, and they're hooked, right?
Yep.
It's like that.
Beginner's luck, but it's because they weren't taking.
That's exactly
no outside
right.
noise.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, be humble. And this is great. This is great information, right?
100%. Here's BHY Backyard Barbecue. Wish I was told the kind of flavors judges look for in flavor, so I knew what kind of rub or sauces to use. Biggest mistake was not practicing my boxing skills. Wish I'd known more on how to put the meat in the box, trimming meat, etc. My good luck charm was my dad. He kept me calm and kept encouraging me not to worry about where I place and just have fun.
Dude, that's awesome. It's lasting memories. That's something I kind of wish a little bit is that, and you know who's been doing this really good is Bill Purvis and Fred Robles. They have been putting together some videos. If you go back and look at those guys, they have showed the slicing and they're showing the boxing a little bit, and you can see what that box looked like for those guys. And if you want to do something that's successful, find somebody that's successful and emulate what those guys are doing. That's the part you want to emulate, right? Emulate the consistency of how every time those guys turn in, they look identical, right?
100%.
Hey, you got Rob Dow came in and said, "Big fail for me." He goes, "I turned in pork for ribs in the beginning. Mistakes happen. That's why I have a whiteboard now."
Hey, Zine Andrews just chimed in and says, "Have another drink, Jan." I plan on it, Zine, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, cheers looking at you, brother.
You got Alex. Alex came and said, "What's up, guys?"
What up, Big Al?
Oh, shit. Little Perkins in the house.
Ready Set Barbecue, which if you haven't heard their podcast, they do a great job. Ready Set Barbecue said, "Don't crack open your first beer at 8 a.m. Wait till you are closer to done with your last turn-in. Unless you're just there to party, then party on."
Then party on, Garth.
Yeah.
Love it.
How do you feel about that, Jan?
We learned that one pretty early. I feel.
No, that was probably
early in my career, not necessarily Jan's career.
It was probably 8 to 10 years of our career where we spent it. And when we weren't successful, but it's like a functioning alcoholic team at that point, right? So we had to really come to Jesus moments on that and say, look, we're just not going to drink at these competitions. So I think that's when our barbecue really excelled. So yeah.
Wait, is Jan saying he doesn't drink at competitions?
So he does control himself.
Game day, there's no drinking unless it's like 140 million degrees outside. And we've made it past our turn-ins, or we made it past probably the first 2 turn-ins. Yeah. Everything is done off the pit. Then at that point, I'm probably going to have a beer, and then we're going to slice, and then we're going to turn in, then we're going to have a party. So,
yes. Here's one. This is from our buddy Rogue Cookers.
Oh, what's up,
Doug?
Yeah.
He says, "Tip: the offset pit needs to be slanted to the front to avoid a grease fire at 2 a.m." And it sounds like something maybe he's had a personal experience with. Your crotch is making noise.
Yeah, it always does.
Okay, and then he says, "Yeah, obviously you don't want to start a fire at a competition. That's not." I mean, you do want to start a fire, but you don't want your whole pit to be on fire.
Not in the chamber.
Mistake. Practice a whole cook outside outside and practice building each entry box at home. Also have a clock inside your trailer if you're working with the trailer, I guess. And someone in charge of the timeline. Ritual, have an Excel spreadsheet list of your main cooking timelines and ingredients. What is going on with the damn phones tonight?
Yeah,
Holy
I don't know.
shnikes.
They're all going
Sorry,
off.
there's something going on. There's some kind of alert going on in Houston. I apologize, folks. There's a lot of tips you can unpack from that. Honestly, having a spreadsheet, if you're organized enough to do that.
Well, I think that's what it takes to win. If you don't think the major guys out there don't have a spreadsheet, they don't have a recipe book, they're not running the timelines, they're not cooking on the weekends and acting like it's a full competition, then you're mistaken, and that's what it takes to be really good. And then once your game is elevated to a point to where it's seamless and you're smooth, right? That's what you're looking at. Like it's almost like the chaos just kind of ends a little bit and it's not chaotic anymore for you because you've kind of moved through all the different what ifs and you brought out everything to prepare yourself. If this is going on, I have this.
You're able to go through the motions.
That's it. And that's what you need to get to, but it doesn't start. It does start day one, but you're not there day one. And nobody's saying you can't have success by entering your first competition or anything else. But if you want to be successful and win the next one or whatever else, and be a top guy in the CBA or the ICB or the ICBA or the KCBS or any other sanctioning body out there, then that's what it takes. And knowing your surroundings, knowing where you're cooking, and being ready. But it's the time involved, right? What do you call that? It's a time invested.
It's an investment.
It's a time invested.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you're going to be serious about it, you need to be serious about it. You got to invest the efforts.
Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, you got Zane came in and called bullshit on your drinking, Zan. Zan.
Well, he's only saying that because he knows Jan.
Oh yeah.
You got Smokehouse came in and said, "Hey guys, sorry they're late to the party." And then you got Rob Dobb. He says, "I have a spreadsheet for each sanction. Excuse me,
each sanction."
Yeah.
And listen, if you run recipes. I know a ton of guys that keep recipe books that are going on, and depending on where they're at, they're tweaking the recipes for the region they're in. And they're saying in this region, maybe we're using a little more mesquite wood, maybe we're using a little more salt and pepper, or whatever it is, right? But they're keeping those books, and then they're logging in. How did they do it at that competition that time? It may take you another year to come back to that same place, but depending on where they fell in, they're going to go, okay, listen, I need to tweak this recipe a little bit because I use this, and this for my ribs or for my brisket or whatever it is. And at that point, they're able to come back and say, I didn't do so well, or I did really well. I'm leaving it, or I'm gonna tweak this to see how it changes, whatever. It also, don't be so fast to change your recipe. I think that's something else that, like, just because you don't, not every week's your week. Like, listen, Bill Purvis loses, right? I mean, like, it is what it is. I mean, consistency, I think, is where it is. But if you're running a recipe and you're like, I know this is good, I taste it, my friends say it's good, my wife says it's good, or if you're a woman and you're like, my husband says it's good, it's the best thing he's ever had, then, like, oh my God, right? Just keep running it and run that recipe for a while. If you're not hitting, if you run four cook-offs, and you're in the bottom half every week,
and you're hitting your tenderness,
and you're hitting the moisture level on that, it's not dry, then yeah, tweak the recipe at that point. But if you run it one time and go, oh, I got to change my recipe now, I didn't win, that's not it.
Mm-hmm. Right? Don't change it all at once.
No, it's gradual changes. It's subtle
little things,
subtle changes.
Yep, Rob Dobb just said the same thing.
Yeah,
small subtle changes to the profile. Exactly.
There it is.
Okay, so we've went through most of our comments and feedback we got from listeners and followers and whatnot. There's some of them. There's a couple more in there, and there's some of them that were repeated. So, because honestly, there's a lot of the same stuff. I mean, the stuff that's important is important, and everybody knows it. But we did have a list that you and I came up with as well And we can dive into some of that. Some of that might already be stuff we talked about, but I feel like we should give some of the grabbing brisket. Some of our tips, some of our
I love
whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Have a timeline that works. And when we say that, it's not just like, hey, I know that my brisket needs to be turned in at 3. That's not a timeline. That's not gonna. It's not gonna. I mean, it does help to know when it needs to be turned in, but that is not a timeline.
Yeah.
You need to know what time you want to put that sucker on, what time approximately it needs to be wrapped, and what time you need to pull it and start resting it. And the only way you're going to know that is by practicing at home.
Yeah. So, which is vital because each cook-off has a different turn-in time. Like we go to some cook-offs and, let's talk about that for a second. You've got your major protein. So you have a chicken, you've got a rib, you may have a pork entry, a pork butt, or a money muscle, or whatever else, and then you're going to have a brisket, right? Those can be 1 hour apart from each other all the way down, right? So you could have a chicken at 12, a ribs at 1, and so forth, right? All the way through. Or some of the cook-offs you go to, and you've got 3 main categories. You have a chicken, a rib, and a brisket. Well, that chicken may be done at 12. The rib may be due at 1:30, and then you may have your brisket going another hour and a half later, right? So it's like you have to understand what cook-off you're at. You have to understand the timetables. So the cook's meeting that you go to, they're going to describe all that stuff, which is usually the day before that you go to, and you need to write all that down, and from there back out the time for what you've been cooking at your house, right?
You should have been practicing. You should know exactly. I'm going to cook once I trim it down, it's going to be an 8 or 10 pound brisket, and you know that you're cooking that size every single time, and you know it takes you whatever amount of time. And then when you build your timeline, you know I want 2 hours to rest, and I'm going to need at least 15, 20, 30 minutes for slicing, boxing, all that kind of stuff. Whatever it is you think you're going to need. Might be longer at first than it is once you get in the groove of it. But you just build your timeline counting backwards from there.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like having a stopwatch or something. Start and stop that stopwatch and count the minutes that takes you to do all these things to create, and then probably add more to it because now it's chaotic. Now you got things going around you and whatever else, right? Yeah, problems.
So when we say have a timeline that works, we mean that works, that you've tried. You've done this multiple weekends. You've set up your own competition in your front yard or backyard.
Yep.
And you know that this is the timeline that's going to work, and you're going to use it every single time, and it's going to be perfect. And it may need to be adjusted as you start doing some competitions, but have a timeline that works. Keep a cook log or a cook journal. And I know you already dove into this a little bit, but like you said, basically just having more information saved, because you're going to try to go, hey, I did this cook off last year. It wasn't in the area. It was out in freaking Oklahoma or something. And it was a little bit different, but I did well. But what did I do? I don't remember.
Yeah. You're like, I think I did this. And then it's never the same.
Don't think, just know. Just write it down. Every time you do a cook, keep track. And we mentioned, or maybe we didn't mention, have some help on your team that will help you with this keeping track. Maybe they can help you with the journal. They can keep you with a time log, your timelines, all this kind of stuff, turn-in times. Especially if you're new at this, man, just have somebody there to help you. Even if they don't know shit about barbecue,
they
can be an extra set of hands, buddy, an extra eye.
Yeah, a friend that says, hey, let me go with you. Perfect. And then when you're trying to grab something, but you're like, hey, can you throw another log on real quick? It's that little extra help that gives you a little fuel. You don't feel like you're doing it all on your own.
You feel like a little pressure off your
shoulder. Not so defeating, right? Because there comes a certain point in time when it's 104 degrees outside and you're miserable. And you're like, man, I've hydrated. I'm a little hungry. I didn't get time to make breakfast this morning because I just ran out of time doing my prep work. And all these things start compounding. You didn't feel so bad at 9 a.m. You didn't feel so bad at 12, right? But now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Getting ready to slice ribs.
And you're dying inside and you're miserable. Ask for a little help, right?
Exactly. Bring some help with you. And speaking of help, if you haven't done a competition before and you have access to it, go help another team. Go out there with some other team. You got friends or whatever that are doing the competition barbecue. Most people that are doing this, they have a friend that was already doing it. Go out there, help them. You're not trying to shig their recipes or whatever, but you could learn. You can at least be a fly on the wall and learn and see what it looks like, so you have an idea going into this thing.
Yeah. So Rob Dobb just posted something and it says, stay out of the backyard mindset. This isn't a timetable for the meat to render. The meat will tell you when it's done by probing and not going off the time.
100%.
I totally agree. This is something that I've talked about for a lot of years. Is I don't. People's like, well, so what do you cook your brisket to until you wrap? Well, I don't. I don't have a certain temperature I cook to until I wrap. I cook to the color that I'm looking for before I wrap. When it goes to being done, it doesn't matter if the brisket says it's 204. I'm not pulling it if I'm probing it and it doesn't feel the way that I want it to feel. Some briskets are done at 201, 202. Some briskets are done at 206, 209, 2010, right? 210. These are the things the piece of meat will tell you when it's ready to be done. And I think it's where people fall short because they read like brisket's done at 204, right? The 205 shirts, I've seen them. But listen, in competition, you might be running you don't want to go, I'll tell you right now, you don't want to go too much further than like 209, 210, just to be honest with you. At a certain point, things start to boil, right? And
if you're at 212, you've gone too far.
You're toast, right? But if you need to look between 206 and 209, if you don't think there's a difference, there's a big difference. And so I just think that that piece of meat needs to render, it needs to release, and that's what you're looking for. Then you go into the rest mode. Resting, you're right. There's not a whole. There's nothing that says how long you should be resting for, but that brisket needs to come down in temperature. Something that we kind of look at is that we try to vent in the very beginning. We don't want to shock it and vent the whole thing too quickly. I actually like to vent a little slower, and then seal off, and then let it just go into the camber or in sort of the cooler. And then it sits there. I'm not going to go check it. I'm not going to walk over it. Now, when I may walk over and probe just to check it, just to make sure that thing is starting to, because it's still tight.
You need it to relax.
Yeah, you need to keep relaxing, keep pulling up that juice. As it's cooling down, it's pulling, right? So these are things I'm looking for.
I agree 100%. Here's one that a lot of people may not think about. Even the guys that have been doing this for 10 years may not think about it until they're out there every weekend. They're like, shit, I didn't even think about it. I forgot about it. Self-care. And when I say self-care, I mean like, man, have some water out there. Yeah. Have some sunscreen out there.
Some
if it's
Gator
in the
Light.
Summer. Yes, exactly. The Gatorades, a freaking piece of jerky. There's a lot of guys, us including, that at the beginning we're like, hey, let's do a cook-off, and I'm gonna make breakfast tacos, and then I'm gonna make sloppy joes for lunch. Like, you don't have time for that shit. No. Have something that you can eat that's going to fuel your body, and it's easy and it's quick.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you got Jason jumped on. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he says, "Look for the wobble."
Absolutely, that's our boy.
Jason,
baby. Austin Smokeworks. There. You want that jiggle?
And then Rob came in and said, "Get that twerk going."
Yeah, a little turkey twerk, baby. Come on, baby.
Jason, if you can send a video of you twerking, I'll post that right now.
Send it.
Yes.
Send it, Jay.
100%.
I love it.
Fantastic.
That's our boy.
And we touched on this a little bit, but know the sanctioning body and know their rules. Make sure you attend the cooks meeting. Every sanctioning body is going to be different as far as
it's slices.
What's required?
How many slices in a box? Some are very
garnishing
particular.
In the box.
Some are very particular. Like, oh no, it's 7 slices. You put 6. And they'll look at it. You don't have enough slices, right? They'll open the box.
Some of them just say put whatever, as long as it's enough to feed 6 people.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So it just depends upon the sanctioning body. You need to know ahead of time. You can go to their website. You can look at all their rules. A lot of times, especially if it's a bigger competition, you're going to get a packet ahead of time telling you what the rules are for that competition. Especially if there's a lot of ancillaries, because those rules, they can be freaking anything. They change all the freaking time.
No, everything does, and it can be in the size, right? So, you're right.
Know your rules, know your sanctioning body. And if you're going to be serious about this, maybe if it's your first one, you don't care as much. But once you decide, hey, I really like cooking CBA, pay attention to their cooks and do their competitions. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is, KCBS, IBC, whatever it is. There's a lot of them out there, honestly. Know what you need to bring and bring it. And that goes with planning ahead of time.
I feel like that comes from cooking one, going to one, and then running, not having it, and going, damn, I forgot this or I forgot that. I wish I had this, right?
Yep, keep that journal.
A canopy or whatever it is, right? I think that happens to a lot of people. But there is a list you can put together and go, this is everything I have to have. These are my check marks. And when you load it up, I have this, I have this, I have this. You go all the way down. This should cover you for your next cook-off, right?
Right. And when you go to your cook-off,
but you just don't know what you don't know, right? Think about this. So you're like, I thought I had everything, and that's what people think. So that was the same mindset we said earlier. It was like, do one in your backyard, but listen, once you don't bring it outside, once it's not in your cook area, then you can't get it. You have to do without. So you need to feel the pain of doing without that product or whatever it is. And then once once everything's resting, you're like, Jesus, I need to write this, or write it down then. Go, damn, I wish I had 4 pairs of tongs. I wish I'd have had 18, small pans or hey, 2 rolls of foil, whatever it is. But these are things that happen to all of us out there in the trail, because we had to learn somewhere. So now when we go, we're so packed up. Like, we think of every single thing, like a fire extinguisher. Like, let me tell you the worst defeating feeling is. You show up to a cook-off, you're out of town, you have no idea, and a fire marshal walks by and says, hey, we need to inspect your meat. And they take a probe, like a gun, and they shoot your cooler, or they shoot your ice to make sure that your meat is at a certain temperature. Then they go, can I see your extinguisher? And you're like, I don't have one. Right. I don't have an extinguisher. Right. And they're like, okay, we have a guy over here. You can go to his booth. He'll sell you extinguisher for $125. And you're like, what? Yeah. And he'll tag it for you. And you're like, why the freak?
You don't have a choice.
What? Yeah, you don't. You're like, okay, now you just spent $125. Listen, let me tell you the other side of that. You have to drive 35 miles to the nearest Walmart or nearest whatever, buy a fire extinguisher. You show back up and you've just spent an hour and a half back and forth. You save some money, but you still got to go to that same guy that's selling the extinguisher, and he has to tag it for you. These are things you need to ask about. Like, hey, you guys require a fire extinguisher out there. Does it have to be tagged?
This is all on that list.
These are things. Yep. So
yeah. You were talking a second ago about keeping notes while you're practicing at home. That is just as important as taking notes when you're at the competition.
Yeah.
And as far as things you need to bring, fire extinguisher is a big one, because I know we've gone to competitions before. And we're like, shit,
dude, I'm telling you, man, it's almost like uppercut, and you're ready to fight somebody at that point. You're like, dude, I just spent $800. Like this. I had to buy a porta potty. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many things that sometimes you go into. You're like, what's going on with this thing? And now you're having a fire extinguisher. It's a barbecue pit, and we're in the middle of a field. Like, nothing's burning down here. Like, this thing is a 1/4 inch thick still. Nothing's going to happen. Doesn't matter. Got to have it, right? Mm-hmm. It's a city thing that you have to deal with, right? So just know the jurisdiction, ask the questions. And I'm actually curious to see anybody in the comments that have had to deal with a fire marshal or deal with having to have an extinguisher or anything else.
Yeah. One that we've had to deal with a couple of times, and this is one that, again, we still don't think about it every time we go to these competitions, is making sure you have a wash station. Because some of these, especially the big competitions, especially if you're feeding the public at the same time, you got to have a wash station.
Yeah.
It's important.
No, it's what's mandatory.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to come by and be like, well, you can't cook. Your team's closed down.
Right.
Like, you have to have washing stations. It's not just like, you've got to have fresh water. You have to have a washing bin. You have to show that you have your cleaner sitting out, right? So you've got multiple bins set up to wash in, and you have a rinse station. Mm-hmm. These are things that, as these competitions get bigger, these are things that the public or the city officials are looking at, because nobody wants to get food poisoning, right? They don't want to say, well, I went to this event, it was amazing, but I got food poisoning and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Now I'm suing you or something else. Nobody wants that. And I get it, but dang, it's like, when you show up, you don't have it. Now you're going to Academy and like at 9 o'clock in the morning and you're buying 3-gallon igloos. you know, and you're doing all those steps that you should have done. By the way, John, that's what I did. That was me, John.
You did a good job. I was proud of you.
That's what I did.
Yeah, and you brought breakfast tacos. So
I did bring
he is
breakfast
a
tacos.
team player. Here's one that I don't think that we think about as much because most of the sanctioning bodies we do, it's not really a big deal, but box building.
Yeah.
Because there's sanctioning bodies out there where you have to have a salad in the body of your.
KCBS.
Nobody's eating that shit, but you have to have it there.
KCBS, man.
Yeah.
They're definitely building the boxes there. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you.
I think it's dumb,
but it looks.
But it's important.
It does look good, though.
Oh, it looks
I'm not gonna lie.
Are you kidding me?
It looks
Those
beautiful.
Boxes look great.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
But it's a thing, and if you're gonna cook in one of the competitions, you better know that that's what's required.
Yeah,
and you better freaking practice it because they're gonna cut their salads circles around you if you don't.
Well, so that's the thing. So, and here's the deal: if you're gonna build a box, I recommend that you go back and watch Karate Kid, number one. And Miyagi is talking to Daniel-san, and he has a small little scissors, and he's trimming the what's the plant?
Bonsai.
The bonsai. Right. He's trimming the bonsai. And listen, there's an art to it, and there's an art to building a box. And I think there's videos that you can look up on how to build one and whatever else. But you want something that is garnished. And that your meat is accentuated behind the green leaf. So,
yeah, 100%. I don't even know. I think they use kale. Maybe I don't know what they were using in those things. Honestly, I haven't done a KCBS.
You say kale?
I think they use kale.
Say kale, yeah.
Kale, yeah.
You say the NBBQA?
Yeah, if y'all ain't part of the NBBQA, you should be because it's an awesome organization and. It's just good.
It is.
Okay, I have just a couple more things on this list. Have a plan for your meat. And when I say that, I mean, know where you're going to get it because you want to be consistent as far as the size of if you're cooking a 4.5 pound chicken, you want to cook a 4.5 pound chicken every time because it's going to mess with your timeline.
If you practice with a 4.5 pound chicken, then and you're like, this is the chicken I want to do. Don't show up and have like a 5.5 pound bird.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to cook the same.
It's going to mess with your timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with all the cuts and meats. Just know ahead of time. If you want to do a Wagyu brisket from Snake Farms or whatever,
right.
Just order that shit ahead of time because it's coming frozen anyway.
Hey, you want to do a Wagyu, but you've been cooking prime or choice the entire time, you're in trouble, bro.
No, that's
it ain't going to work.
That is a huge tip. If you are practicing with choice, don't cook a Wagyu.
No, if you're going to cook Wagyu, you need to be cooking with Wagyu at home.
You got to practice
now, or I'm not saying that. Actually, it's a lot of money. And listen, it'll be great or whatever else. But you can cook with a heavy marbled prime to help you out a little bit. But I do agree.
There's still going to be a difference.
You're going to have to order one in. You're going to bite the bullet. But here's the deal. It's yours. You get to eat it. It's literally your brisket, right? You don't have to worry about it's going to waste, so.
Yeah. And this is the last one. And this actually goes back to who was it? Oh, hell, I can't find it here. Ready Set Barbecue said, and I'll paraphrase, don't get shitty. Don't get shitty. Don't do what we used to do and get crappy drunk Friday night and then expect to perform Saturday.
Why'd you look at Jan when you said that?
Because that's
I'm his co-host.
That's his MO.
Hey, that's why.
Wait, I mean, he's my co-host. Who else would I look at?
Jesus, man. No, listen. There's nobody that performs well intoxicated unless you're on the grab on the brisket. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Hey, no, seriously, there's nobody that performs well intoxicated, and you can't be your best. And that's exactly right. And this is where a lot of teams fail to deliver. Right? You can be funny at times, you can whatever, but there's a certain point in your day where you're just not going to be able to do what you would have done had you been sober. Mm-hmm. So just take a break from drinking. Drink some Gatorade, drink some water.
Have a couple beers Friday night, but don't get crappy. Yeah. And go to bed in enough time that, according to your timeline, you have enough sleep that you're going to be able to perform.
That's it.
You're investing so much money into these. to do a competition nowadays, it's $1,000, man.
Yeah,
doesn't matter where
it's
it
exactly
is.
right. So I just spent $1,000. Now I have a party. You're like, wait a minute, I just spent $1,000, and I know it didn't seem like fun, but it's like I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm waking up because this is business, and when you treat barbecue like a business, it starts paying like a business.
That's true. But just ask Bill Purvis. That's pretty much it, unless you have something else as far as the competition barbecue, or if anybody in the comments has something competition barbecue wise.
Well,
I think that's it. If you guys have questions or comments, send them in. We will definitely share them on a future show, because it's important, and I think there's a lot to learn from it.
there is.
Zane came and said, if you do, I'm assuming he means get shitty, just don't go to bed.
Right.
That's
right.
actually probably
No.
You won't wake up shitty.
No. Do not listen to Zine. Okay. Do not listen to Zine. Although there have been many nights that we've been at cook-offs together that where we were like the point of no return, where we just said, well, I guess we're not going to bed tonight.
That was you. That was never me.
Lathrop, that's enough. Right. But I've learned, right? I've evolved. That was
true. It's actually true.
Many years ago. So, but listen, if you don't go through it, you can't get through it. So
that's
there
true.
it is.
That's how you learn. And we appreciate all the feedback we've gotten on this topic, because we got a lot. Are you ready to take your podcast to the next level? I should have read this earlier in the night.
Yeah.
Look no further than Pearland Podcast Studios, a proud veteran-owned business where Raul, an Army veteran, brings your vision to life with personalized service, flexible pricing, professional video shoots, and even live streaming. Honor, dedication, and quality are all coming together. Book your session today and let your voice be heard. If you guys are interested and you're in the Houston or Pearland area, we will have a link in the episode description. Get your ass in here. Let Raul hook you up. You guys want to talk about this beer?
I'd love to describe
you guys.
this beer.
I'm just mostly talking about you.
But I've got one. I saved one drink.
I did, and I drank mine.
Did you?
Yeah. It's
okay.
Well,
I'm going to hit mine real quick.
We talked for a long time here.
Do you have a score? You know what? Never mind, John.
I'm going to write it down.
Okay. Let me go first. Okay. I got you.
This is the Jeremiah Red Irish Style Ale from BJ's Brewery. You can get this on draft there, or you can buy a 6-pack. I think I actually got I don't remember where I got these. I'm not going to lie.
7.3% alcohol volume. You would think that I would score this closer to the ABV because it's such a great beer, but I'm not. This is a 9.4.
9.4? You're drunk. Okay.
It's a 9.4 beer.
Okay. It's good.
It's that good.
No, it's not.
No, this is up my alley.
Tell me about it.
This is like the red L for me. This is it's a little nutty. It's smooth. It's easy drinking. The ABV is rocking. I don't know, man. This is just a really good beer. This is the kind of beer that when I go to buy beers, I buy this beer.
All right. You said 9.4?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to write that down.
Breakfast beer?
No, this is not.
Oh, they're always a breakfast beer.
So far from a breakfast
I've
beer.
never not had a breakfast beer roll.
This beer is delicious.
Yeah.
It's so good. It has so
good.
much flavor without getting any. And at a 7 point, whatever you said, there's no punch of alcohol. There's no nastiness. There's no bitterness. It's really, really good. I wrote down. You see that? 8.6. This is a delicious beer.
This is the smoothest 7.3, 7.4, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm glad I wrote it down before you said it, because I'm easily swayed.
Yeah, you are.
It's delicious.
It's that good, though.
I could have been swayed, honestly. If I hadn't written it down, I might have said 9.1. I don't know. But this is a very good beer. This has been a very good episode.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, Zane? Am I saying Zine? Zine came and said, you're ready for a cook-off.
All right.
Let's go.
All the listeners are ready now.
Jason said, yes, he is.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go, Nathan.
You can tell by Jan, your eyes.
Can you get closer real quick?
Yeah.
Close up.
Yeah, that's as close as it gets.
See how blue that is?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Just get lost in those eyes. There it is.
Well, if you opened them wider, because they're kind
of. Well, there's this light coming in right here. Don't act like whatever. Hey, John.
Hey.
I'm not going to say James's words.
No, let me just real quick.
Okay.
Thank you so much for everybody that was in our live tonight and contributed. Everybody that sent in messages and contributed to our topic tonight. That was huge. That was really fun. I love it. If you guys want to contribute, make sure you're following us on the social medias. It's at Grab 'em in the Brisket pretty much everywhere. If you want to send in a barbecue fail, barbecue story, barbecue recipe, any of the kind of stuff, or you just want to talk shit, I love that too. You can either email us info@grabeminthebrisket.com, or you can call in and leave us a voicemail or a text, and that's 434-829-2299. And we would love to hear from you. Also, wherever you're listening to this, make sure you leave us a review. Give us the thumbs up. It really helps us get out to more people, and we appreciate it. We love the listeners.
No, we do. And just to go back a little bit, when you leave a voicemail, we're going to play this voicemail on air, right? So it's going to go live with us. So if you want to have barbecue fail and you want to call in and leave the voicemail, because it makes it a lot easier than us fumbling around with 3 or 4 beers in our systems, trying to this low lighting and whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, let your voice be heard. Call in on the hotline. And let's go, man.
Yeah. Hey, let's leave on this note. Our favorite listener, maybe Janet Phelps, just left a little message here. Janet, Mama Janet's boys are so handsome. She's never lied in her life. So we appreciate y'all. And as James would say,
I love her. She's so awesome.
It's been awesome talking barbecue with you.
Yeah. Hey, you hit it, man.
Peace.
Hey, thanks everybody. We've been great.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the MBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, SUCKLEBUSTERS, and Dow Strong Knives for their contributions.
And Yeti always has our back, and Cooling Nation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks of Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.